What's up, Star Wars fans? Today we're going to talk about what happened to Ezra Bridger after Star Wars Rebels, according to Dave Filoni. That's right, the creator of Star Wars Rebels, Dave Filoni, has some important thoughts when it comes to what happened to not only Ezra Bridger, but also Grand Admiral Thrawn after that finale of Star Wars Rebels. And of course, once we hear from Dave Filoni, I'll be adding some speculation. But hey, before we get to that, if you love Star Wars and speculation, then hit that subscribe button and come back again soon. So getting back on track here, I went back to an old interview with Dave Filoni where he explains exactly what he thinks happened to Ezra Bridger and Thrawn after the finale of Star Wars Rebels.
So can you give us any hints as to where Ezra and Thrawn ended up?
Yeah. Oh, I've thought a lot about that. Yeah.
I'm sure you have.
I wonder, and it's one of those things where you go, boy, I'd love to do an end credits scene, but as tempting as that is, I go, well, if I ever cover that, then I want to do it right, and I don't want to commit to things right now because things might change. So I have a lot of theories about it and what I think happens and where they are. I'll say this much, they're not dead. Both of them survive it. Both Ezra and Thrawn, I would say, survive it.
And I gotta say, it's absolutely amazing that Dave Filoni, even those years ago, thought that, hey, things might change down the line, and even though I want to do an end credit scene, I really shouldn't because I want to keep my options open. And here we are several years later. Yes, we know that Ezra Bridger and Thrawn survived the jump to hyperspace, but because of Dave Filoni's foresight, he now can do whatever he'd like to do with Thrawn and Ezra in the upcoming Ahsoka series. And you know, going back and taking a look at this interview again, as well as the end of Star Wars Rebels Season 4, it really made me think, when it comes to the speculation on what happened to Ezra and Thrawn, you must really reflect on why Ezra wanted to capture Thrawn and remove him from the Rebels versus Empire conflict, the conflict that eventually became known as the Galactic Civil War. And of course, first and foremost, Ezra wanted to take Thrawn away from Lothal to free his people and free his home planet. But going beyond that, Ezra also had the goal of removing Thrawn, the Emperor's best tactician, from the Imperial Navy. So I think it makes a lot of sense that no matter where Ezra and Thrawn ended up, Ezra's goal didn't change. He was trying to keep Thrawn away from the known galaxy, isolated from the Galactic Civil War, and that wherever Ezra and Thrawn ended up, Ezra Bridger no doubt tried to continue to foil Thrawn's plans, making sure that he couldn't get back to the Empire, and was no doubt lost and isolated for many years. Because otherwise, a powerful young Jedi like Ezra Bridger and a smart tactician like Thrawn, they certainly would have been able to return to the known galaxy. But hey, Star Wars fans, do you think that Thrawn and Ezra were battling the Grisk, or were they lost in space? Let me know in the comments below. As always, I'm Mike, and remember, the Force will be with you always.